Alrighty, YouTube. So I was thinking last night, as I was going to bed, I was talking to my husband about the video I made about how I got to be overweight, and he reminded me that's not the whole story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more, and hopefully I can explain more, because I said that I gained weight because of the medication, which is true. I did gain weight because of the medication, but that's not where my eating issues started. And I said my binge eating started when I got pregnant with my daughter, which it did. It really full-blown hit right there. But the hiding food and sneaking around and stuff started when I was much younger. I think like 9 years old. My dad wasn't around when I was younger. And him and my mom divorced when I was 2, and he moved away, and he would come visit and say he was back, but then he would leave the next day, and I'd be waiting on the steps for him. This is just summarized. I mean, it wasn't all the time. And I just remember waiting for my dad a lot, and my mom felt bad for me and would take me out for ice cream. So I guess she kind of comforted me with food, and I related to that. And my dad came back when I was about 14, 15, and the way that me and my dad related was with food. He would take me out to eat when he picked me up. He would take me out for ice cream. He would buy me soda. He would make pizzas for us. I mean, when I went with my dad, I ate. And the thing is, I lied to my mom a lot, because I would eat dinner at my dad's house, and then I would go home and I would eat dinner at home too. And then my mom found out that I was eating 2 dinners, and it was a big deal. And also, when I was 9 years old, my dad and my stepmom were getting married, and they wanted me to lose weight for their wedding. I was 9 years old, people. And I don't think that really affected me. I guess it did, but not as much as I thought. I guess I thought I was fat. And, you know, growing up, I was never chubby, but I went through one day, you know, one year I was thin, the next year I was a little bit heavier, and the next year I was thin, and the next year I was a little bit, so I fluctuated as a child. I was never made fun of for my weight. I never had issues with my weight, until I said the medication really kicked it off, I guess. So I remember when I was 9 years old, 9 or 10, it was right after my dad got married. I remember getting caught at night. My mom came in my room, and I was eating bread in my bed. I remember, like, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I've blocked out most of my childhood. Something traumatic happened to me. I try to remember things, and I can't. I can remember little tiny details about maybe some things, but hardly anything, really, until I'm about 14 or 15. And I used to take bread and hide it in my room, and I would eat it in the night. And I mean, talking about like 12 pieces of bread, and I would ball it up, the white bread, I would ball it up and eat it like that. I don't know why I did that. I'm assuming some kind of issues that happened when I was younger. You know, we think that I was molested by a woman babysitter. But we don't have proof, and I mean, it's just things that I remember, and things that my mom remembers. But sorry I'm sweating. I was cleaning my house, and I just, you know, I was thinking about this video, and I read some of your guys' comments, and I decided I needed to clarify some things. I've always had issues with food, I guess. It just never became a real big issue until I was older. I've always hid food. I would buy candy and stuff like that when I was younger, and I would hide it in my room and eat it. And like the pizza, like I was talking about, I would eat all day long and then eat that. It's not like I didn't eat. I would eat all day long. I would eat breakfast and dinner and lunch, and I'd probably have 2 lunches and 2 dinners, and the food that I eat was crazy, and I would eat like constantly, nonstop, all day. And you know, we'd go to a party. I would eat at the party. I wasn't embarrassed, and then I would go home and eat more. It's just when I went home and ate more, nobody saw that. You know, I hid it really well from my kids and my husband, and I was really good at hiding things. And I don't know why I felt the need to eat so much. I know that for me, food has always been a comfort. Like, it made me feel good. And I always felt ugly and fat and not appreciated and not loved, and I guess food was a way to make me feel better. And sometimes I still use food that way. I don't eat the amount that I used to eat, or the things I used to eat, like I said, but I still use food as a pleasure thing, and I'm working on, I'm going to make my weigh-in video later, but I'm working on food as fuel and what my body needs, not enjoyment and pleasure and not for social, you know what I mean? Like, you go out with your friends and you eat, and I'm trying to break that, because me and my friends used to hang out all the time and we would go eat. That was our thing. We'd eat. I would go out with family, I would eat. I'd go out with my dad, I would eat. I would go with my mom, we would eat. So I'm just trying to change that part of my life. And I've done really good so far. I do want to see a counselor because I want to work on the issues that I have with food and with my past or whatever happened and things. But I just wanted to say that my issues with food did not start when I got pregnant with my daughter. The binging, the major binging, started after then. But I've always had some kind of issue with food. And I really think it has to do with my dad not being here. And when, you know, I'd be comforted because he wasn't here, and I would eat. And then when he was here, that's how we connected, was with food. So I don't know if that helps anybody, or if it makes it just more confusing. I seem to ramble and ramble and ramble. But I'm just trying to get the whole story, you know, and I think I got it all this time. So I will make my weigh-in video later, and I hope you guys are having a good week.